Welcome on back in, everybody. We are in the third part of the MCU retrospective. We have just finished watching Iron Man 2, and we are about to go through our review. I am Bladen. This is Joe. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back if you haven't. And,
So, Iron Man 2 premiered at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, Los Angeles on April 26, 2010, and was released in the United States completely on May 7th. With the world now aware of his identity as Iron Man, Tony Stark must contend with both his declining health and a vengeful madman with ties to his father's legacy. So, hot takes on the movie.
Iron Man 2 is better than Iron Man 1.
That is not even close
It
to
is.
true, and you know it.
Right after watching this, the first thing that came to mind is I enjoyed watching Iron Man 2 more than I enjoyed watching Iron Man. Iron Man might be a better film, but I enjoyed watching Iron Man 2 much better.
Nah, I disagree for a lot of reasons. For one, the main villain sucks compared. Whiplash does not command near as much presence as Obadiah Stane does, and I'll get into it later, but the final battle is like less than 3 minutes.
And?
It sucked. It's a bad final battle.
I won't deny and say that I think Iron Man's a better movie. It's got a better villain. I just enjoyed watching Iron Man 2 more. I found it a much more enjoyable experience.
We're going to disagree on this one. This one's going to be a big disagreement. My hot take is that I think Justin Hammer should have been a bigger villain overall in the MCU. I don't know. Maybe not the hottest of takes, but...
Weren't there rumors that he was coming back in something to...
I remember there being rumors way back when. I think the rumors were Iron Man 3, so... Right before Age of Ultron. But nothing ever came from it. We didn't get to see Justin Hammer again. But at this point, he wouldn't even really fit into the MCU at this point. So if they bring him back now, it's pure nostalgia bait with no point.
In the short after Iron Man 3, I'm pretty sure we see him in prison, and he's become like a prison. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I don't remember if that's quite how it was, but
I don't.
Okay.
I feel like I remember seeing that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, so
I am 100% sure that this movie's better than the first Iron Man, though.
Well, I mean that leads into question one. Do you think this is a good movie?
I don't think it is a good movie per se, but I think it's a very entertaining watch, and I think it does bring a lot more character development to all the characters involved.
See,
Tony has a better character arc in this movie.
The main characters, yes, I do agree with you. The side characters, it's there simply to be there and fit the story's time. Like, it's not disconnected, but it feels like the Justin Hammer stuff is so sidelined. Like, yeah, you have the part where he shows the experiments they're doing, or they're trying to build their suits and stuff, and, like, you see him trying to build his tech, but, like, it feels more like a side story in the movie, and...
I could see where you're coming from on that.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie.
I don't understand the hate behind this movie.
Yeah, no. I don't think
it's definitely not one of the worst films.
I wouldn't say it's a 5. I would say maybe
least,
like a 6.5 at the most, which
I
is
would
above average.
I'd probably give it 8.
Give it an 8.
I'd give it an 8. I give the first Iron Man on purely film, not my enjoyment. I give the first Iron Man a 9, and then I'd probably give this one below it at an 8.
I guess, but if you're looking at it from a film standpoint, it's really not a great movie.
Yeah, I could understand coming from, and I do think it's a great movie from just a film standpoint. But compared to the first Iron Man, I'd understand why you say that it's not.
A 7, I think, would be the absolute highest I could give it, because it doesn't have anything stand out aside from the suit ups. Like, aside from the suit ups,
Come on, Tone.
it doesn't
Come
have
on.
as much stand out to me.
Come
like
on.
the fight scenes, they're flashy, but they're not
The party.
great.
The party.
The party is the fight scene.
The
like,
race car scene.
It's a fight scene.
Yeah. Tony's character development. The
Tony's
stuff with Tony's dad.
character
the Stark
development
Expo,
is definitely
the first
high up
introduction of Black Widow. We get more Nick Fury.
there. See, even
Foreshadowing for the rest of the MCU.
Yes, Nick Fury was great in this movie too.
We get our first hint at Captain America.
I'll give it a solid 7 then.
We get our first hint at Captain America.
True enough. We did get that too, and Phil Coulson's fanboying over Captain America.
Yep.
So a solid 7 for me.
I'd give it a 7.5.
Okay, it's good compromise.
Pound it. Boom.
Question
You
2.
look for this.
If you could change things about this, would you?
I'd change a couple things. Yeah.
I would change a lot.
First thing I would do, after Iron Man gets the suitcase armor, I would have loved if that was the armor he had for the rest of the movie. Purely because I'm such a huge fan of the Silver Centurion armore from the comics. It's such a good suit.
The suitcase
And the fact that we
armor.
only ever got the silver and red in like a 5-minute scene in Iron Man 2, and we never get a silver and red Iron Man throughout the rest of the thing, when it was literally his suit for like 10 years in the comics, is insane to me. It's the best Iron Man suit, the Silver Centurion suit. Is so good.
And personally, I think the suitcase one is my favorite out of all the MCU suits. Like,
I think we do see it in Iron Man 3, but he doesn't like suit up in it.
Yeah, no.
Or maybe he suits up in it, but it's only for like 30 seconds, and then
probably less than that for
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 because he like runs through all of his suits in 2 seconds.
Yeah, but it's just such a good suit, and I hate that we don't see it more.
Yeah, no, that suit definitely my number 1 from MCU.
I would also call more attention to Tony's alcoholism. There's
like
a deleted scene in this movie, which is at the start of the film. So you know when it opens up and we see the plane, he's in the plane and he jumps out. Before that, he's literally bent over the toilet in the plane, throwing up because he was so wasted. And I would love if they called more attention to Tony's alcohol problems in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to at least have that brought in, since it's the comic book storyline of the bottle within, or is it
the demon within?
The demon within. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, is
Demon in a bottle?
Demon in a bottle. Yep.
Yeah.
We were there.
We got there eventually.
We had it.
But yeah, it would have been cool to have that comic book tie-in.
Yep.
But this movie is like almost bloated in my opinion, because like you have, well, not 3 villains, but like 3 major antagonists, with Rhodey taking the War Machine armor. You have Justin Hammer, and you have Whiplash. Like the movie's kind of bloated with that, and so the amount of conflict was exponentially increased. So if they threw in also he's struggling with alcoholism, it would have been too much. Like,
I think it would have been a cool thing if we set it up in this movie, and we pay it off in Iron Man 3 after the events of Avengers with the nuke. It's like the PTSD causes him to go down a spiral where all he does is drink.
It would have been better.
And then by the end of the movie, we see him reflect, and he quits drinking.
Yeah, it would have definitely been better.
So I'm not saying we need to do the whole storyline in this movie. I'm just saying that I think it would have been better if we called more attention to it. Not only in this movie, but just in the MCU.
Yeah, just
because it's such a big part of Tony Stark's character that he's a struggling alcoholic. It's such a big part of his character in pretty much every form of media other than the shows.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the movies and, like, cartoon shows, because you can't really show that.
I think, for me, I would have tried to take Whiplash's connection to Howard Stark. I think I would have taken that away and made him just, like, have his own personal knockoff arc reactor, and then, because he's built it himself, Justin Hammer's even more interested in it. And then you have Justin Hammer be more of the main villain than Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, one, Justin Hammer's... His character is trying to be Tony Stark, but he doesn't have the charisma to take him there. So...
And he tries
And
so
he's trying
hard
so hard to do it, but he can't because he doesn't have that quality. So it's really frustrating because it's like they had so much potential to bring him in and make him like the counterfoil to Tony Stark, rather than having another this is him against Iron Man like kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
you would have replaced the main villain with Justin Hammer and the side villain be Whiplash.
Yeah, just someone that he comes up and even could become Whiplash later, and it wouldn't be Whiplash there. Like
I would have liked if maybe it is Whiplash at the beginning, like he attacks him, you still keep the connection and everything, but then once he is taken by Justin Hammer, maybe we infuse that Justin Hammer is more of a corrupt person than what we hinted at in the film, because in the film he's just a charismatic guy who's trying to become the next
trying to be charismatic.
What if we see him like take somebody out to like force Ivan to like do something? Or we could have introduced Ivan's father, who in the comics is actually a major Iron Man villain called Crimson Dynamo. Maybe we could have just had Crimson Dynamo be the main villain, and then in Iron Man 3, instead of doing what they did with the Mandarin, we could have just gotten Whiplash in Iron Man 3. That
would have definitely been better. And see, it's one of those things where like the potential for this movie, I think it did not live up to its potential of what it could have been.
Which I would agree, but I do still think it's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big defender of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it's one of the better Spider-Man movies. You're obviously not, because of the same problem this movie has. You think it's very bloated. You think the characters don't.
Well, I mean, we'll go into that maybe at some other point, but
before No Way Home. For sure.
Probably before No Way Home. But just in general, I think that this one probably is less bloated than that movie. I just don't think that it's a great movie. But yeah, no, I would change a lot about the villain aspects for Iron Man 2. But yeah, so next question: do you like when this was released for its timeline?
I kind of wish that we got a bit of a break from Tony before Iron Man 2, because it's obviously we just get Iron Man and then we get
Incredible Hulk,
and then we're right back to Iron Man.
Yeah.
Which it's like we only have 3 Iron Man movies, and we get two of them in the first phase, and then
in the first 3 movies,
and then the very first one of the next phase is Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
So we have the entire Iron Man trilogy done before we even get introduced to Thanos.
In 10 movies. It's crazy. Yeah. No, I think Iron Man 2 should have come
a little bit later down the line.
Maybe after Captain America, and then, like, because of that time shift, you use Iron Man 2 to be like, okay, now we're coming back to present time, and, like, we're building more towards Avengers. Like, I think
there's a lot of talk about the Avengers initiative in this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of talk about a lot of government stuff,
they show Thor's hammer, and, I mean, they could have even done it like, hey, this is happening at the same time as Thor.
Yeah, so we get pretty much, in this movie, we see a hint at Captain America with the prototype shield. We get the hammer at the end credits. Then we get introduced to Black Widow in this movie. Obviously, Iron Man's the main character. Yeah. And in the last movie, the last scene of it is Tony talking to General Ross, bringing that in. So pretty much the only character in the Avengers we don't get a hint at in this movie is Hawkeye. And he's in the next movie.
He's in Thor, so... But... Yeah, no, I think timeline-wise, this one should have been right before Avengers. And
not even right before Avengers. I think more like just after Thor, because I do like Captain America.
We have Thor, Captain America, and then Iron Man 2, and then Avengers, right?
Yeah, well, I also really do like, because there's no better way to introduce the Avengers than by having that end credit scene at the end of Captain America.
Yeah, for sure. Which is just a trailer for Avengers, but yeah. No, I think this one should have released later, for sure.
Or, I mean, the last scene of that movie where he wakes up.
Yeah. But, I mean, the end credit scene for Captain America was the Avengers trailer.
Yeah, that's why I mean the last scene in the movie, not the end credit scene.
Okay. The CGI, what'd you think?
Holds up.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Really well in this movie, actually.
Yeah.
There was
especially after watching The Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there was no point in this movie where I was looking at it and I'm like, nah, that's CGI.
There's one
I mean,
part,
obviously you know when it's CGI,
there's one part where I was like, man, it could have used just a little bit of tweaking, and it's when the drones are coming up out of the floor, and then when they stop and like the way they move, it looks just a little bit off, and I was like,
I kind of like that because it does show the realistic physics of it. Like,
no,
it's so
like,
heavy that when it's moving up and it stops, it's gonna jolt a little bit.
Yeah, but like the way the CG was for it just was not quite right there. Like, it looked like it was too light, like a slight push would have knocked one over. Maybe it's because it wasn't
in motion. I think maybe it's the opposite problem with Hulk. When it's not in motion, it looks good. When it is in motion, it looks bad. Maybe in this one, it needs to be moving.
It needed to be moving a little bit.
Yeah.
But it felt like when they stopped moving, like, if you pushed on it, it would have just gone.
Yeah,
like, it would have been way too light.
Yeah.
But these are drones. Like, all the weight is going to
yeah.
be in their feet. These things are not going to get knocked over by a person. Like, there's no way. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you got the suitcase suit up.
Yeah, you got
like
three different suits in this
Whiplash
movie.
looks really good with his back.
No, you actually get 5 different Iron Man suits. You get the War Machine armor. You get the Mark II, which Rhodey wears. You get the Mark III, which we get at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Then we get the
suitcase
suit, and then the suit at the end, where we get the triangle.
You get the triangle, and then technically Whiplash's suit that you see
Whiplash's
for about
suit,
2
but
minutes.
it's not really an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, and you only see it for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is also a gripe that I have.
I mean, weren't you complaining the last time about how the big CGI battle at the end went on for too long?
Yeah, but that one was like not well done. Like, Whiplash looks cool, Abomination didn't. So if you have a 10-minute fight scene and the main villain doesn't look good, then yeah, I'm gonna complain about it. Yeah. And then you have a villain that looks cool and his fight lasts for 2 minutes barely. Like,
yeah, I can understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, it makes me upset because it's like, yeah, you could have done so much more. Like, maybe cut down on, I don't know, Black Widow taking men out in the hallways. Like, take a minute out of that.
Hey.
I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying, like, if you have to cut a little bit of something, like, there's other things you could have cut. Like,
yeah, I guess. And I think the last thing they should have cut, because they were going to focus more on Tony's alcohol, I think that was the last thing they should have cut. That should have been at the top of the list of things we need to keep in.
I 100% agree. They should have brought that in, and they should have kept going with the alcoholism story.
Yep.
But, character-wise, do you think they were consistent in this movie?
Yes, but there are a few characters I would have changed. Like, with,
Even compared to Iron Man 1?
Even compared to Iron Man 1, I think they're all pretty similar. I think I would have tweaked a few things with a few of the characters. Like, maybe Pepper, I would have given her a little bit more screen time and showed... Which I guess isn't a problem with her character, it's just more how much she's in the movie.
Yeah.
I would have showed a little bit more of her being into the business, because all we really see is Tony say, you're head of the company, and then we see her stressing out about being the head of the company, and then we see her trying to figure out what to do with the company. She's like never a competent leader of the company, which I think in the last movie, Pepper would have been great
I agree.
the company leader. And then in this one, they kind of just say like, oh, well...
It wasn't that she was a bad leader in this one, which I don't have a gripe with at all, because it's literally like, as she's taking over, Tony's literally causing the stocks to plummet because he's acting like an idiot. Mm-hmm. So it's not her struggling to take the
Did you donate our whole art curation to the Boy Scouts of America?
It's like, I donated my art collection, and she's like, I spent 10
years
years
10 years trying to find all that for you.
Yeah. So it's not her fault in this movie, so I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
But
then I think I would have also tweaked Justin Hammer just a little bit, made him a little bit more of a darker villain than he was. Because really, he's sort of the comic relief for the whole movie, and I think as a secondary villain, he should have had a little bit more of a darker element to him. Maybe you see a little more corruption in the company, maybe he's a little more involved with some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, the darkest part you get is when he's like, oh, that guy survived the test, and it's like, yeah, that guy probably can't walk though.
Yeah,
like,
he's
that's the darkest part of
paralyzed.
the whole thing, and it's like, yeah, but it's not even that dark.
Especially when you get into like the previous movie with Obadiah Stane.
Yeah,
he like hires terrorists to kidnap his surrogate son.
To kill. No, he didn't hire them to kidnap.
He hired them to kill his surrogate son so he could take over the business.
Yeah.
But what about you? Do you think any of these characters were changed or in a way you didn't like?
I think compared to the first one, Rhodey's character is a little bit different, but I mean that might also just be the actor change.
Casting, yeah.
And obviously they're not going to play him the same way, so it's not technically Don Cheadle's fault for playing Rhodey differently because he's not the same actor.
Yeah,
but sure. I actually really liked Rhodey in this one because you have the scene where he's like, I'm going to take the Iron Man suit because essentially I don't think you can handle it anymore.
Yeah, it's like, you've shown that you're irresponsible with it. We can't leave it in your hands anymore. And before that, he was such like a defender of Tony.
Yeah. But then you also have the scene where he's got it laid out and he's like, they're like, oh, we're going to bring Justin Hammer in to adjust it for you.
Yeah, but that was
And then he's like, I don't want that. And they're like, but we're going to do it anyways. And then he doesn't stand up for it.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes away... Like, it proves that he wasn't ready to take an Iron Man mantle.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't ready to step into that position that Tony had already taken, even though Tony was no longer...
Yeah, which kind of sucks, because for a few years, Rhodey was the main Iron Man in the comics.
Yeah.
He was the Iron Man during, Secret Wars. Like, Tony Stark retired from being Iron Man for a little while and gave the mantle to Rhodey, and he was the Iron Man in Secret Wars. I wonder if maybe that's what they're going to do in the actual Secret Wars. Because that's what they were setting up with the Armor Wars, which still hasn't happened.
Yeah, it still hasn't happened.
Is it even coming out still?
At this point, the only things we know that are coming out are the Spider-Man movie, Wonder Man, Doomsday, and Vision Quest. Those are the only ones that we know are coming out.
For sure are coming out, yeah.
Like, and Brand New Day could get delayed.
Season 2. Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, there's so few that we know are coming at this point.
They're scheduled to come out, they're releasing soon, they're in film.
The only
there's
one...
so few that we know.
Let's see, what's today? The 18th? Oh, Wonder Man's should have dropped yesterday, right?
I thought it came out on the 1st.
No, 17th.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess the first episode of Wonder Man came out.
Probably the whole show if it's Disney Plus. I don't know if they do weekly or not.
I'm pretty sure they do weekly
doing
still.
Weekly?
Yeah,
okay.
They still do weekly.
Okay, well then...
They're not like Netflix where they just drop the whole season at once.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a streaming service, why not? But I guess if you're trying to drag it out so people have to pay for multiple months.
I guess, yeah.
Quite the tangent. Anyways, getting back on track. End credit scene. What's your thoughts?
It was good. They called attention to it earlier in the movie, in the donut shop where he says there's a problem happening somewhere in which I clocked immediately as being the Hammer because I knew what the end credit scene was going to be. Yeah. But I wonder if anyone was in the theater like, what's going on in the South that Fury's worried about? What's going on over there?
Yeah.
And I actually like it because we actually see the Hammer. It's not like we just see a crater and it's like, what's that? It zooms in close up on the Hammer, setting up for Thor, yeah.
You know exactly what they're leading into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I like the credit scene a lot.
This isn't part of the credit scene, sorry to cut you off, but it is the last scene of the movie, and it's where they're all where Nick Fury and Tony are talking.
Yeah.
I've watched a breakdown where they look at the board, and Wakanda is on that board as a location, which doesn't make sense because Wakanda isn't public knowledge at this point. But it is cool that they were setting that up still in the third movie.
If it's Nick Fury, then yeah, he's gonna know Wakanda exists. He's not gonna be able to say like, oh, they have all the vibranium, but he's gonna know
and America knows about vibranium too because of
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark and Captain America.
Yeah, so he's gonna be like, yeah, there's.
Was it just they didn't share resources with them at that point?
Yeah,
or
it was probably something like that.
Or maybe it just wasn't public knowledge about Wakanda.
So Nick Fury knows.
Mm-hmm. I think they also said something about Atlantis on there as well, which
I'd have to look at
Namor,
the
but I don't know.
breakdown, but
I don't remember.
Probably not. If I had to guess, because Namor was really niche, and
well, there was a Namor the Samaritan movie planned to come out in the early 2000s, which is kind of crazy. We should really go back and look at the first.
If we got that, but anyway.
And that was the start of the MCU.
That would have been weird. Okay. Ranking the movie from S to D.
I'd probably give it a B.
I'd put high C as my
high C.
That's my highest.
So we'll do a low B. We'll do a low B.
No.
To compromise?
I can't go above C for Iron Man.
Really?
Yeah. I really can't.
Not even to a low B.
Not even to a low B. I just can't. Because the high C is my compromise spot. Like, me personally, I think it's low B. But I'll leave it at a high B just because of, or a high C because.
So you think it's worse than the Incredible Hulk?
Didn't we put
Hulk's at a mid C?
Yeah.
And you said that was your compromise, so you think it's worse than the Incredible Hulk?
No, I guess it's not low C then. So it'd be
right. It'd be above. A low B.
No, I'd say it's right above Hulk.
So at a high C.
Yeah. Which is my compromise spot. I personally, I say it's mid C, just above.
All right, you know we're gonna come up with something. If we really can't agree, rock paper scissors.
High C.
That's
my compromise spot, man.
You can't put a compromise spot and not even give me the chance.
Okay, then I'm gonna say mid C. That's my.
You
that's
can't
my
give
spot.
it mid C.
Mid C. That's my spot.
Low B. I'm willing to. I'd put it at a high B, but you're saying a C, so I'm trying to compromise with a low B.
Well, that's too high. It's not a B. It's not a B.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
You're gonna piss me off.
Rock, paper, scissors.
1 or 3?
On 3. 1, 2, 3. You got
on 3. That was wrong.
You said on. Going like back up with this doesn't count.
Okay,
on
fine,
3.
Fine.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. Low B.
Fine.
All right. So anything else you wanted to say about the movie?
My notes on this one. Obviously, best suit up ever. Just I can't gush about it.
Scene.
I can't gush about that scene enough. Just every time I think of an Iron Man movie,
the way it like
that is just
around.
it.
Oh,
like
so
that is
good.
the
so
scene
good.
that I think of when I think of Iron Man. Like it's so good. Like
also, can we talk about this? Tony's hair is immaculate in this movie. Like his hair, like the change from Iron Man 1.
If you're dying, you gotta look good.
To this one, like his hair looks great in this movie.
Yeah. No, it definitely looked pretty good, and I mean, he definitely bulked out from Iron Man 1 to Iron Man 2.
Oh like, yeah,
he bulked out
in the shirt when he's got the tank top on when he's working with the thing to create the new element.
What is it called? Palladium? No, that's the one that's
that's keeping him alive. I don't think they named the element.
No, he did. What did he call it? Might have to look it up.
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Yeah, no, that scene, yeah, you can just tell he bulked up a lot between Iron Man 1 and 2. Like, he got dedicated to his role. The amount of subtleties in this movie, I think, are fantastic. Where, like, Tony's trying to essentially get Pepper by herself with him so he can tell her that he's dying, and she's just flat out refusing because all she can think of is that he's trying to be a playboy like normal. Like, the little things like that where he's struggling and he's trying to tell her that he's struggling, but he can't get to it. Like, the subtleties of that were really good. And as much as I don't think Ivan should have been the main villain for the movie, I do think they showed him pretty well. Like the scene in the prison where he's like palladium in the chest. It's a painful way to die.
Yeah.
And it shows his intelligence. Like he already knows what is
he
going
clocked
on.
it like immediately.
Like he's like, I know what would happen if an arc reactor is stuck in your chest. Like
okay, so it says that Tony created a new element to combat the toxic palladium that he was using in his arc reactor to keep him alive, based off of the designs created by his father, Howard Stark, that actually took a lot of inspiration and used a lot of, synthesizing the Tesseract. That's what they say, that they used he used the Tesseract to kind of try and synthesize the new element, which makes a lot of sense, because he has it at the end of Captain America, the First Avenger. We show that he's going to experiment with the Tesseract. And it says that they never actually officially name the element Tony created in Iron Man 2, but fans have begun calling it Badassium.
I think an unnamed element's better than that.
Yeah, an unnamed element than Badassium.
If you're gonna
come up with a name,
if you're gonna come up with a name, make it cool. I feel like even Tony would have come up with something cooler sounding than that. Starkium. Man, there's the nerd name for you.
Starkium.
Starkium. Oh man, but yeah, no, like the amount of subtleties with like Tony going into his old ways as he's dying from the palladium, like he's going harder into parties and alcohol and stuff, like. The birthday scene.
Yeah, I think the birthday scene is probably the best way they showed his alcoholism, but they never addressed the drinking after that. They say, like, he's hungover and everything, but they never really, like, show anything. Yeah. And that was one of the theories, like, when he puts the Badassium arc reactor into his chest.
We gotta make a better name than that.
I thought that he, that maybe it purged the alcohol from his system, and maybe it helped him recover. Because after that, they don't really mention him being an alcoholic, like, at all. And I don't even think he drinks in Iron Man 3, does he?
He does in the scene with Rhodey, and then, like, instantly after he drinks, he gets the PTSD flashbacks.
I thought they were in a diner. I thought they were eating. Because the kids came up to him.
Well, maybe it wasn't a bar, but I could have sworn he had a drink there.
We'll see when we get to it.
Yeah. But... yeah, no, I think there was a lot of really good stuff in this one, but it just wasn't done as good as it should have been.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's why I think C.
Well, we put it at a low B.
But, yeah, no, just the different little things that they put in this one. Like, I think...
it's the little things that count in this movie.
Yeah.
Like Justin Hammer said, the ex-wife. Also, that's one of the funniest gags in the MCU.
Able to destroy an entire
He literally goes
city.
on like a 2-minute rant about how effective this tiny missile is, and then as soon as he deploys it, it just goes dunk.
It just drops. It's like, oh, well, Hammer Tech.
So, Justin Hammer shows him like 5 different types of guns, and we only see the thing on his
The
back.
ones on the wrist, I think, are supposed to be the 2 smaller ones.
Yeah.
And then...
so we only get, like, 2 guns that he showed.
well, he showed 2 small ones.
Yeah, so he showed the 2 small ones, which I think are the same type of gun.
No, I think they were the 2 different small ones that Justin Hammer showed. Because he puts 2 small guns, and then he puts, like, 3 big guns, and then he puts the railgun.
Yeah.
So there was 2 small ones, and I think both those 2 different small ones went into one side.
Okay,
each.
yeah, now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we only see 3 of the...
yeah.
Out of, what, the 5?
The
6 guns that he shows? Yeah.
But...
because Rhodey literally says, I want all of them.
I want them all.
And then he only includes, like, 3 of them.
It's like, these are the ones that I get. I mean...
and the missile. So, 4.
Oh, yeah. Missile. But that's not a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he didn't even show a missile launcher. He just pulled out the missile.
The shell. I love how Tony goes, Hammer Tech.
Hammer Tech.
Yep. I would have loved if he goes, that's why you don't mess with my equipment.
This is why you don't mess with
Stark Tech.
Stark Tech.
Yep.
Yeah. But overall, yeah. I don't think it's B, but
You lost the rock, paper,
I
scissors.
know, I lost the rock, paper, scissors. We'll leave it at low B for now. And anything else you want to bring up about it?
I know there was one other thing that I wanted to bring up. The boxing scene with Natasha and Happy.
Yeah.
That was so funny when
Oh my.
when she flips Happy and Pepper was like, "Oh my God, what?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I won't.
No.
But see, that actually was another one of those subtleties because he's literally like relinquished his control now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally him like showing that he's relinquished it because he's telling Pepper, "Hey, I want one," and then she says no. He doesn't do anything after that. Which Tony Stark in Iron Man 1, he would have done something after that.
Yeah,
he would have been
probably.
like, "Oh, you said no. Who cares?"
Well, guess what? I'm doing it anyway.
But yeah, there's so many little things in this movie that I do appreciate. Like, you know what? Low B is probably a pretty good compromise.
Yeah, maybe you should listen to me more often.
No, I shouldn't. But
well, you didn't think that.
I really shouldn't.
You can keep
but
being
I'll agree with you that low B is as high as this should go.
Yeah, I don't think it's an A film at all.
No, it's definitely not.
I don't even think it's a high B film. Did I say high B?
You said high B.
Well,
which is why
I
was making a joke when I said I'll agree with you that it's a low B.
Yeah, I would say now with your points brought up, I'd say it's a low B.
Yeah, like there's a lot of subtlety in this movie, and I appreciate it a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's not over the top,
but it's
with
not
stuff. Yeah,
it's not. I don't know. It feels like it's out of place for where the MCU was.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say that I've noticed a trend with at least the first 3 movies that we've watched. It does not feel like the MCU. These feel like so disjointed and disconnected from everything that comes after it. Not even like
Iron Man 1, I think, still fits well.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about not even in like just the way it's filmed or the universe, because it's all still in the same universe.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like the tone that these first 3 movies have done. It seems so different from everything else that comes after it. I think the thing I compare it to the most would probably be Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie.
This one or Iron Man 1?
All 3.
All 3?
I would compare them to the first Ant-Man movie. They got that darker, grittier type of tone, but still have the humor in it. They dive into a lot darker themes.
It's been a while since I've watched the first Ant-Man.
You'll understand what I'm talking about.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I feel like the darkest that Ant-Man is not close to the dark that these first 3.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it feels most the same, like just in the tone.
Yeah, I guess, and I can see that. And I'm trying to think. I mean, I know Thor and Captain America are the next 2 that we have.
Yep, we got Thor, Captain America, and then we're into the Avengers. And then
when we get to the Avengers, we'll do kind of a special, and we'll talk about like
the phase as a whole and
we'll
stuff that's happening in the future.
And
I'm
we'll
gonna try
and
put together a schedule so you guys can see everything that we're gonna watch. That's when I'll figure out whether we're gonna do shows or not, what shows we will do if we end up doing them, if we're gonna do shorts. Because for the first whole phase, it's just movies. And nothing really starts with like shorts or shows.
The one-shots,
even with Netflix and everything.
The one-shots start
no, they don't start till after the first Avenger movie.
Phil Coulson stop at the gas station. That's between Thor. And,
are you sure?
Yeah. Because it's while he's on his way to the hammer. So technically, that's the one that we should be doing with the next one.
So we'll watch
that,
and then we'll watch Thor, and we'll do a little mini review of it at the beginning of Thor.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, we really don't have to do the one-shots. They're
just a fun little thing.
Yeah, they're a fun little thing. We could put it as like, oh, it's part of the movie, and like if we think it's significant enough, we'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That sounds good.
But yeah. So, any more closing thoughts or?
No, I think I got pretty much everything I wanted to say out of the way. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good.
All right.
So low B for this one.
And that's a wrap on Iron Man 2. part 3 of the MCU retrospective. I feel like we got this down now.
Yeah,
we trucked along through this review. We're gonna need to add more questions so we can make this thing longer.
I know we're gonna have to make sure we have enough to get through. At least 30 minutes. I want to try and keep them at least 30 minutes.
At least 30 minutes. I think we probably have hit 30 minutes.
This one. Yeah, no, I don't think we're below 30 minutes at this point, and we could always fill time just talking like this,
just randomly. Yeah, we could talk about literally anything.
Yeah, you just repeat things,
or we could just sit here and say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, any way we want to do it. It's easy to fill time that way.
Yep, we're gonna sit here for the next 5 minutes and say absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we'll see how people like that.
We'll see the fan reaction of the 9 subscribers we currently have.
Everything. Hopefully, comments are active now. So
yes, we have activated the comments. So yeah,
shouldn't be on kids only content. Hopefully, that's all fixed.
That's all figured out.
We'll find out when we upload this one.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right. With everything said and done, that is going to be a wrap on this video. Thanks all of you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification button. I'm Bladen. That's Joe. And we'll see you guys when we watch Thor.
Till next time.